Hello, my name is Patrick Marshall. Today we'll be discussing the Federal Air Marshal Service and how it is failing at doing its job sufficiently. For some background information, the Federal Air Marshal Service, the FAMS, was first established in 1962 after an uptick in airliner hijacking, but it never really gained traction and never became a big program. In fact, before 9/11, there were around 33 air marshals within the system. However, part of President Bush's plan at protecting the skies above America after 9/11 was to revamp the Air Marshal Service. And so to do this, he hired 600 marshals in the month after 9/11, and the following years have had continued exponential growth. So today, even though there are no actual statistics on how many marshals are employed, an estimated 3,300 marshals are employed. If you look to the chart at the bottom right corner of your screen, you'll see how airliner hijackings have substantially decreased. However, this has been contributed due to increased and better security, airport security, rather than the Federal Air Marshal Service. So let's discuss some specific flaws with the system itself. So the biggest problem is that there aren't enough marshals to cover all flights. So they select which flights are covered using an algorithm that randomly selects the flight. So this means that there's actually a very small chance a marshal is on board a hijacked flight. Also, the marshals are trained to stop hijackings, not to get along with passengers and civilians. So they use the abusive stop and frisk method. It's very controversial because it allows a marshal to search a person using reasonable suspicion rather than probable cause, which is very different. But most importantly, of the 3,300 employed marshals, only 34% of the marshals actually stay on the ground and work in administration, which leaves only 66% actually go in the air. So now let's discuss some flaws with the marshals themselves. One of the largest problems with them is that they are very mentally unstable. In fact, 10 marshals have committed suicide since 2002, and they have had other social problems. For example, it is common for them to be addicted to alcohol and medication, and there are common feuds with air crews and passengers. So the bottom line is that they are no longer protecting passengers suitably, and one example of this is how good of shooters they are. Before 9/11, marshals were within the top 1% of shooters in the world. However, after 9/11, in order to hire more marshals, the standards were lowered so that they don't have to meet these rigorous standards. And so let's talk about some alternate solutions compared to the FAMS. So there are many other solutions, and we'll talk about two specifically. The first one is hardening cockpit doors, basically reinforcing them with steel and ensuring that the hijackers cannot get into the cockpit. And another solution is to train flight crews to defend against potential hijackers. And combined, these are very effective at stopping hijackers. If you look to the bottom of your screen, you'll see two flight attendants training. They're from Hong Kong Airlines, and they've actually been training their flight attendants Kung Fu since 2011. This is a similar program of what we are proposing to do today. So let's compare these alternate solutions against the FAMS using a cost-benefit analysis. Now, first, let's discuss the alternate solutions. So first with the aggressive crew training, the reduction of a chance of a hijacking is 17%. And now at an annual cost of $25 million, the cost for each life saved is around $490,000. Now let's look at the hardening of cockpit doors. It reduces the chance of a hijacking by around also 17%. The annual cost for the cockpit doors is around $40 million, and this comes from various costs such as maintenance as well as increased fuel consumption. So the cost for each life saved there would be around $800,000. So now let's compare that to the FAMS. It only reduces the chances of a hijacking by 1.67%. And that's because there are so few marshals that they can't be on all these flights, and so there's a very small chance they're actually on the correct flights. The annual cost for the FAMS is $900 million. So that means the cost for each life saved is $180 million. So I agree that we need to protect our citizens, but we need to take a look at what protects them best and what is the cheapest way to do so. So if you combine the alternate solutions, you reduce the chance of a hijacking by 34%. The annual cost is a fraction of the FAMS. It's $65 million. And the cost for each life saved is $640,000. So let's compare them up to each other. So first, the alternate solutions reduces the chance of a hijacking 32% more than the FAMS. The annual cost is $835 million saved each year. And that means that the cost for each life saved is almost $180 million yet. So clearly the alternate solutions are a better choice for this country and its passengers. So moving forward, we propose that the FAMS be slowly terminated as the necessary changes are implemented. So how this would work is that within 5 years, the FAMS should be completely terminated and the alternate solutions completely implemented across all passenger planes in America. We urge this choice because it is the best choice for the safety of America's passengers. And so those proposed doors would appear similar to the picture of the door in the bottom right corner of your screen. If you'd like to take a look at any of the works I cited throughout my presentation, feel free to pause my presentation right now. But if you not, thank you for watching, and I hope you agree that the FAMS be terminated.